Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of every millstone who rule well. Salutations to you, confusion of faith, brothers, and most definitely honors to you, other hopeful elect out there. And it's another video. You see here, man. A lot of you people who are constantly looking to these female artists for guidance. Hey man, you're going to the guidance of fools. Okay? And these accusations, man, are coming to light because the Most High is is starting to manifest these truths, and he's starting to make them evident. Queen Bey's former drummer claims singer molested her with dark magic, extreme witchcraft. Okay. A woman who once worked as a drummer for Queen Bey claims the singer is wrapped up in the practices of extreme witchcraft and has been using her spells to run surveillance and control her finances. Now she wants a restraining order against Bey. Now, I cannot either confirm nor deny that she is doing this. But what I can say is that this is something that can be done. You know what I mean? And I just typed in witchcraft on the app here, and there's only it looks like six words, or not 6 words, but there's really only 6 precepts that have the word witchcraft in it. You know, just according to this. This is 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So witchcraft is a sin. And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Right? And because a lot of these women do a lot of these witchcraft dealings, man, they're stubborn about it. You see, because like I said, I don't know for certain if she does or if she doesn't. But the simple fact of the matter is it does exist. And a lot of these so-called black women are getting into these occult practices, all because of your favorite singers. You know what I mean? Like, if you remember Kesha, you know what I mean? She was real into that, you know what I'm saying? And, she had girls using Ouija boards and shit. You know, it's just something that you shouldn't be doing. Because these left-sided angels are nothing to play with. Period. You know? But continuing, it says, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. So you know what I mean? So he was talking to a man in this. But still, witchcraft is a sin. You see? So these things that she's doing allegedly, you know what I mean? And to be completely honest, man, I wouldn't doubt it. I seriously don't. I don't put it past it. I know that a lot of people do. Madonna, hey, I don't care what nobody says, man. Madonna practices witchcraft, period. You know what I mean? And idolatry. And she's stubborn. Okay, so, you know, she's in opposition to the Heavenly Father. You know what I mean? So she's got to go, man. And if you think that, and look, this speaks volumes, because if the Most High will reject somebody from being a king, what do you think he'll do to a scallywag? You know what I mean? This is 2 Kings chapter 9, verse 22. And it came to pass, when Joram saw Jehu, that he said, Is it peace, Jehu? And he answered, What peace? So long as the whoredoms of thy mother Jezebel and her witchcrafts are so many. So, you know, there are many ways to do these witchcrafts, man. As you can see here, she's talking about some crazy stuff. 2 Chronicles chapter 33, verse 6. And he caused his children to pass through the fire, the valley of the son of Hinnom, Salakia. And he observed times, and he used enchantments, and used witchcraft, and dealt with a familiar spirit, and with wizards. He wrought much evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. There's a lot in this too. There's a lot. And let me, the Spirit just told me to go ahead and turn on the airplane mode so I don't get no calls from whoever you may have. But anyways, see, observing the times. And how are they observing the times? Through stars. You see, the Mayans were observing times and creating calendars through the stars. You see, that's witchcraft. And that's in complete opposition of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And that's why the Mayans ultimately had an end. Because that was one of the big reasons. Them observing the times like that through the stars, and used enchantments. And what are enchantments? This music. Music can be enchanting. It can put a certain spirit on you. And it says, and used witchcraft, which obviously this is talking about, Queen Bey using witchcraft. You know what I mean? And I don't even want to say her name, because that's just what her fans call her. And it says, and dealt with a familiar spirit. And who is that familiar spirit? The spiritual demon Satan, which is in all of these so-called white people. That same spirit, that same familiar spirit that is in the people who practice witchcraft are within all of you so-called white people, aka Edomites. You see, it's a familiar spirit to y'all, that spirit of evil. And with wizards, okay? So there are also men who can practice witchcraft. This is how you have your Chris Angels, your what do you call it? I forgot his name. Your David Blaines and Siegfried and Roy and all these Penn and Teller. These are all high level wizards. You know what I mean? They can communicate and work with these spirits in a way, and they can manifest shit. You know what I mean? How we know? I don't know. I've never looked into it. I'm not going to, as a member of the Hopeful Elect. And hopefully, if you're seeking after the Lord's very own heart, you don't go trying to reveal left-handed mysteries. Stay upon the mysteries of Yahweh and Yahushua HaMashiach. But anyways, this is Micah 5, chapter 5, verse 12. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. So, you can be a soothsayer and be one of these pastors, one of these slick-mouthed pastors, because that's witchcraft also. You know what I mean? It doesn't just have to be mixing up shit in a pot and all that other stuff. See, that's all the common shit that you hear about. That's not a witch. A witch is some of these women that you see today. There are witches among y'all, man, that practice witchcraft. And that doesn't mean she got to be ugly, ride a broom, have a cat. None of that. These are all just sayings. This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, right? And who's the well-favored harlot? The so-called black woman, the so-called Native American woman, and the so-called Latino woman. That's the Israelite woman. She's the most well-favored because y'all are the most well-favored women on the planet. You understand? The mistress of witchcraft. See, so you fall under a spell under the witchcraft. You know what I mean? That selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. And how did they sell families? Through the so-called slave trade. Right? So that's how you know that this is the so-called black woman, so-called Latino woman, and so-called Native American woman. Because it talks about through her her families, through her witchcrafts, and her whoredoms, right? And how does she selleth nations? You see, America is a woman. You see, in a figurative sense. So she's selling nations. Obviously, you know what's going on here. Nobody is stupid. You know what I mean? Especially when you're the hopeful elect, because even if it were possible, the hopeful elect aren't going to be fooled at the end of the day. Because, yes, you can be influenced, but ultimately you're going to be under the ultimate spell of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, Lord's will. And this is the last one. This is Galatians chapter 5, verse 20. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. So this is these are all really these are all characteristics of the so-called wicked, man. Idolatry, which you already know what that is. The number one idolatry figure for a lot of these white people is these these sort of artists and shit. Witchcraft, obviously, we just went through that. Hatred, because anybody that goes against Queen Bey is going to get hated. That's a spirit. There's a spirit of hatred that comes on you for judging the wicked. When you judge the wicked, everybody wants to come out of the woodworks. If I say Beyonce's practicing witchcraft, she needs to stop if she is. If she ain't, hey, the accusations that are towards you, I'm sorry for. But if you are, you need to stop. Everybody would have hatred towards me. You understand? Because you're judging the wicked. Variance, and you see variance, wishy-washy. One day, they're all for Black Lives Matter and all that stuff, and then next thing you know, she's saying this. Next thing you know, she's saying that. Her opinion, her mind changes like the wind. And believe it or not, Jay-Z falls under her spell also. I wouldn't doubt she's doing spells on his ass too. You know what I mean? Emulations, which to be completely honest, I don't know what emulations means. It's okay to not know. Don't speak on something you don't know. But wrath, you see the wrath that she's causing. All these women, man, they going crazy. Go over Cardi B, the rest of it, K Michelle, all that strife. You see the strife, because everybody, they trying to act like they too good for each other. Seditions, there's sedition amongst men. So that's backstabbings, all sorts of shit. Heresies, and to be a hypocrite, is to fall under the same category as heresies. But it's basically like abominations, because this is abominable, man. This being revealed, and I don't even have to read the rest of that, but just understand that there are artists out here that are having witches do seances in the studio in order to bring up their bring their followers up. They use witchcraft to do all sorts of things. They have Madonna has somebody bless her water, or she won't drink it. They're probably putting all sorts of spirits in that drink. You know what I mean? But the hopeful elect see through all this bullshit. Death is coming very soon to Babylon. You know what I mean? They can get rid of as many channels as they want to. They can delete any channel they want to. This word is going to take full effect to who it reaches, and it will reach the hopeful elect. You know what I mean? So with that, I just want to say Shalom, and ultimately death to this place called Babylon.